To be able to be a contributing participant in the society, you need to evolve with, or in the best case, maybe ahead of the market. Why is lifelong learning something that we all need to engage in? If you ask anyone who's been around for the past, let's say 50 years, how the pace of evolution is just picking up. It's getting faster, things are evolving, markets are evolving, technology is evolving, and basically the way we live is evolving. So to be able to be a contributing participant in the society, you need to evolve with, or in the best case, maybe ahead of the market. So that's why we need to engage in lifelong learning. The model of going to university for 5 years and then depending on that for the coming 50
Never
years.
Learning again.
Exactly, yes. So another question or a follow-on to that is, okay, how do we get people to engage in lifelong learning? Because learning it takes effort.
Yeah.
It's like training. It's you're dedicating yourself to something. And what we're finding is the way to get people to dedicate themselves to something is by tapping into their intrinsic motivation, understanding and clarifying a purpose. What is my purpose? What is my contribution? Okay, how can I break this down? So it can be career-oriented, it can be personal life-oriented, but what am I trying to achieve at? Where am I trying to perform? And how can I better myself to perform in these areas?
Obviously, there's a lot of efforts being made by organizations to help their employees learn, but this is more of a human problem than an employee problem. So is it the responsibility of people or is it the responsibility of companies?
Such a great question. The end responsibility lands on you as an individual. But what we see is, since work is where we spend the majority of our woken hours in adult life, this should be the context of growth and development. So when we're young, when we're kids, it's school. So school is should be all about developing us as individuals. When we grow up, it's work. So you have two objectives. You have the company objectives, performing, growing, eating market, whatever your business is doing. That's one objective. But that objective is driven by the individuals. So to optimize the first objective, the performance of the organization, is to optimize the individuals within the organizations. So why not be proactive with it and set it as your main intention to develop the individuals that work in your organization?
And potentially then having the topics or the interest around set around the person rather than the business.
Yes.
So if you take a broad approach to it, say that all the people develop themselves even in areas that do not seem evidently linked to the business,
yes,
that it may bring growth.
Definitely, that's what we see. So yeah, exactly. You have knowledge transfer. I could be learning something over here that seems completely random to start with, but then I'm making a connection to what we're actually building on right now. In some conversations, I can even say, so we start with the individual's goals and their objectives. And then in the second stage, we align them with the company goals. And most of the times, we find a lot of alignment and everyone's happy. I'm learning out of my interests and I'm contributing to the organizations. But in some instances, you might find that there aren't too many connections to the company's goals. So my goals are over here, the company's goals are over here, and they're not really overlapping. I believe it's better to find that out and then act upon it. Maybe I'm meant to be in another organization, which also frees up space for the organization to get someone that is more aligned with what we're doing. So I don't know if some would consider that being very controversial, but I think we're in a time where the market is moving and people do change jobs. And I believe the reason we do it is on that pursuit of fulfillment. So the clearer we can get with that within the organization and align with people's purpose, hopefully the faster we can increase our productivity. Thank you for this chat, man.
Thank you.